Seattle, Everett, International. Wow.
Whatever. Yeah. So this is about the noise abatement and stuff like that. So too much things to read. We don't have.
So I wait for when I am at 3,500 feet to read all this, right?
Please don't. I'm gonna kill you if you do that.
Hello people, this is Marcello Cecchini, and I had a lot of fun yesterday with Angelica, and she's an amazing teacher in this ground session of one amazing glass cockpit for this Cessna 172, and I'm gonna fly tomorrow. I'm gonna practice all this tomorrow in the air, so that will be another things that I'm gonna share with you. So I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, and if you have any comments, write it, and I'm gonna be eager to read them. And thank you very much. Enjoy it, and talk to you soon. Thank you. There you go.
Okay.
So before starting the engine check is the pre-flight. So
So this is, we're not going to start the engine today, so we're not going to actually do that part. But then starting the engine, what we need to do is, it says we start with master switch on. So because we have a ground power, we don't actually have to do the master switch. Yeah, so it stays off actually. It stays off.
Okay.
Because the ground power overrides it.
Okay.
So what's next after that?
G3X database.
So G3X database is here.
Okay.
It expires on August 10, 23.
Okay.
So, however, we don't use the database from G3X. Later on, you'll learn that we use the database from 650. So 650 will feed the whatever is needed into the G3X.
Okay.
In regards to the GPS database. So it's a little bit complicated, but it's, as we go, you'll learn more, so you'll understand it better. So what's next?
Okay, engine gauges.
The engine gauges are provided to you on the left-hand side. And you have the RPMs, and then you can see the pressure, the oil temperature, fuel gauges left and right, volts, amps, and the cylinder head temperature.
You have the EGT for every cylinder. Yeah, I saw that in the picture.
So we don't really display that very often, but it's there for us. So if you tap, just for the hell of it, tap on the engine gauges anywhere. Just want to show you that. So this is your engine hour. This is your tech time. Tech time is here. Okay. Because there's no conventional tachometer here. Okay. So this is your tech time. Mm-hmm. And but it's not. We don't need to re-record it because the engine will not run. Right. So we finished the engine gauges. We verified that. So tap again on the screen, and it goes back to the engine gauges as they are. What's next here? It's beacon, propeller area, ignition start. We're not going to do that. Oil pressure, flaps up, mixture, lymphotaxi, avionics, master switch on. So now let's have the avionics master switch on. Avionic. Yeah, so this one goes up. That activates. You can see some red X's here. That's normal. Now that avionics will be on, it will activate the rest of the instrumentation here. Yeah. And so it will take a few minutes until this is the Garmin 650 GTN. And so now we start reading after starting engine. So what's the first item there? So GTN database. So GTN 650 database. This is the database that you want to have, and it says it's current until again August 23. So that's good. And this is the fan. It's very hot, so the fan is cooling off the avionics. So so how about you tap on continue? Continue. Yeah. So now we have some items here to work on. The fuel, let's tap on the fuel. And let's put, we usually have full, so let's put full. If you think you measured and you have 35, then let's put 35. 35 and enter here. Awesome. So we burn approximately 8 gallons per hour. If you disagree with that, you can enter whatever you want. 10, 9, whatever.
So I can change it because I want to be
Yeah.
conservative and I put 9.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now let's say this is correct the way you like.
Okay.
Let's continue. And let's activate the map. So now this is no GPS position signal. That means the GPS is not yet ready.
Okay.
We're positioned here near the wall, so that takes a little bit more time. And this is so-called the GTN self-test. You see on your checklist?
Okay, yeah.
And man, it's hot here.
Yeah,
We're dying. And so it's not yet completed because this thing is still working on it.
Okay.
But that's okay, we'll come back to that. So this is again GTN650. The next is autopilot PFT, no annunciations. So if there's any annunciations, it will be here. So you can see all pressure annunciation. This is because the engine is not running.
Okay.
But if the autopilot annunciation is there, it will be posted here on this side.
Okay.
So you don't see any autopilot annunciations. So that's good. And what's next? What does it say there?
Okay.
So now we were on G3X display. Configure it.
Configure.
So you want to see. So let me configure it differently. So I'm gonna tap everything that you want to change. Starts with the heading indicator.
Okay.
So I tap here. I'm just gonna put a few things here, and then we'll change it.
Traffic. Okay.
Okay. So now see, I configured it. You have these two.
Okay.
We want to get rid of it in the beginning.
Okay.
And do you see the terrain? You have actually the synthetic vision now. We want to get rid of that as well.
Why?
It's too much information for the first flight.
Okay.
We'll get it going later on.
Okay.
So fly clean in the beginning.
Okay.
So let's configure it. We said we want to get rid of these two maps and the traffic. So let's start on tapping here. And it's map.
I don't want map off.
Off. Correct. And let's get rid of the traffic and off. And so for the synthetic vision, we want more options.
More options.
And then scroll this way all the way to the end. See the synthetic vision off.
Okay.
And tap on the heading indicator. And see, you don't see any of the
Okay, gotcha.
mountains
Yeah.
or whatever they are. If there's a traffic, it will be displayed as a white diamond moving across the street.
It's going to be displayed anyway.
Yeah. So it's in the beginning. I've learned that's too much information.
Okay, good.
Okay, so what's next on the checklist?
So we have ADAS information.
We're not going to listen to it, but just to give you the little overview, because you used to have only one radio.
Okay.
We have two radios. The first radio is here, inside of the GTN, COM1. This is the arrow. We should say the COM1 here, but it says 2.
Okay.
So this is a line here, so it kind of makes sense. COM2 is right here.
Okay.
So to operate COM1, you can select the frequency by moving these knobs as you usually did, but it has to be selected in standby.
Yeah.
See standby?
Yeah.
Or how about you tap on standby? And let's put...
so I can put 121.
Yeah, 121.8. And enter.
Enter.
So, and that's entered here in standby. So let's tap on standby again. How about you put 2020, 2020?
Sorry.
It's automatically on. So if you go 2020, it should be.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want that immediately in the active green. Now we have ground in the green.
Okay.
If you want that immediately in the active box, you want to hit the transfer.
Oh, there you go. That's amazing.
So be careful. So there's transfer here. If I go here, transfer and enter, depending on what is your goal. Do we want to transfer immediately? Or do we want to keep it in a standby? So, hidden frequencies are, how about you tap here once again, and see you have navigational information. Field, VOR, and the standby. Again, if you want to change it, you always start with a standby. So
Okay.
let's put 110.6.
And I want to
Transfer, yep.
transfer, or but we had it already, so
Yeah, so this white one is so you identified. Let's put here 117.2, which is Penco, I believe, and transfer. Transfer, so we're so far away from CVV viewer, it will not be identified here. So with these fancy schmancy stuff, you don't have to listen anymore to the Morse code. If you do have, so let's put again, just tap on this.
can we transfer with here
right
before
here.
going there?
Tap on it. Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So see how in a few seconds you'll see PAE. So it goes automatically to
Okay.
COM. So activate the nav again. So see, it's identified.
Okay.
So you don't have to listen to the Morse code anymore. You could if you want, but that's information overload. Okay. This one is COM2.
Okay.
You select, this is your standby.
So I can listen to the ATIS
Yes.
for the next station
Yes.
while I'm on flight, but I have to activate COM2 here, right?
Yes, exactly. So how about you move the ATIS here by pressing this, yep, and activate just 2. And how about speaker on? Speaker. One more time.
3009 Alpha 16 Tower, your number is 0.10.
This is the volume.
16 right and 16 left.
So,
Taxiway Alpha 8 closed.
so now you're listening
Taxiway Charlie closed, except the
on
intersection.
2 while
Taxiway
you
Charlie,
are
Taxiway
on
Juliet,
1.
Gotcha.
And this is the speaker. And this is the volume here for number 1 is displayed here. So we can just listen to 1, and this is your volume. Usually I like the 70 or so. So with the noise, you can hear it very nicely.
Okay.
So any questions about COM1 and COM2?
No.
So here you also have C is communication, N is navigation. So press once here and you'll see Painfield VOR.
Oh, it's the same radio I have in the 152.
Yes, it's very similar. Yes, yes. So you kind of know this one.
Okay.
The volume is here, and for the nav frequencies, and this is for the COM frequencies volume. Okay, so we talked about the display of the G3X. What's next?
G3X flight plan source. Okay.
So here, tap, and it's FPL source external, meaning tap it on it. Yeah. Now it's internal.
Okay, we want the external to make the
Yes.
thing work. Okay.
Yes. So
Oh, it's very
always
sensitive.
keep it on external.
External.
Everything
Okay.
is very sensitive. So that's what I wanted to say. So to get rid of this, let's tap here. Okay. So now ATIS information is received. Then let's say the altimeter setting is 2992. So here's the G5. Set the altimeter here 2992.
2992. Okay.
And let's pretend that's the altimeter setting. And it's automatically here.
Okay.
So it aligns with the next line, G3X altimeter setting.
Okay.
On G3X, anything in the light blue and in a box, you can change it. It has to be in a box like this.
Okay.
So tap on the altimeter. Let's put here 3030. Okay, and enter. And it changes here as well.
Okay.
So again, it can be done either way, but we prefer that you use it here.
Okay.
In turbulence, it's much easier.
Okay.
What's next?
We have next GTN display. We got it. ATIS information. We got it already. G5 altimeter settings and G3X altimeter settings and IFR clearance.
Okay, so we're not going IFR, we don't need it. So GTN flight plan.
GTN flight plan. Okay.
So there's a free GTN trainer that you can load to. Do you have the iPad? Free of charge. It's looking the same.
Okay.
So hit home, and you can hear here. You can see all kinds of things, the little apps within the app. So flight plan, And this is how you create a flight plan from here. We're not going to do it, but I just want to show you it very quickly. You can do that on your train.
Okay.
So go back and map. So ideally you want to have your map here, and you can zoom in all the way. So you can see the safe taxi mode.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is not all the way. All the way, it's all the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Perfect. So we are on the GTN flight plan loaded, but we're not going to load anything today. What we will do for the flight, how about you go D, direct, nearest airport, paint field, and activate. Awesome. So
It's right here.
So we have a 0.3 miles from the center of the airport. That's all we need right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, please give us some air from the prop. Okay, transponder. The transponder is looking the same kind of, you have the same features here, 2000. If you have to change it, it's here. Altitude on, standby, ident, if you have to ident. It's right here. And other functions are, you have the timer here. So we'll go over that later. That's not so important. This is important if they say ident, you want to ident here.
Okay.
And so any questions?
So when I ident, they see in the radar my number flashing.
Yes.
Okay. My
Exactly. Tail number and position, altitude and speed.
okay.
Charts and logs organized, brakes, taxi, so we're not taxiing. The next thing is we want to just talk about the autopilot. We're not going to engage it because the engine is not running.
Okay.
So autopilot is right here. It's very easy to work. But we're not going to do it today. To engage the autopilot, again, we're not going to do it. We'll press AP, autopilot, and the light will be on here, meaning the autopilot is on. And these functions will be done as we prepare the autopilot to do what we want to do after takeoff.
Okay.
Do you remember at what altitude you can engage the autopilot?
So 800 feet when you take off.
Yes. So that's AGL. What would be MSL?
AGL. MSL is going to be here. So this is 600 feet plus 800, so 1,400.
Excellent. So at least 1,400 you can engage the autopilot. We usually wait for a TPA to be safe and then we engage it. So we're going to do this part during the run-up phase, and you will overpower the autopilot.
Okay.
So pretending that it's on, you will disengage it here. Yes. But it's not working because it was not.
Does the trim work?
Yes, the trim right here.
Does it work here from here?
Yes. Yes.
So this is the radio and this is the autopilot.
Autopilot disconnects.
Okay.
And this is the trim up and down.
Okay.
Inside of the run-up area, we are going to select the heading bug and altitude bug and stuff like that. So let's talk about the heading bug. The heading bug is that little thing here.
Okay.
Ideally, we want you to use the autopilot function. This can be touched right now, the heading bug. So try to turn it left and right, and you can see how it's changing the position. Try to push once and see it goes automatically to the present head.
Okay.
Okay. So anything that is in the little box and it's light blue, you can be changed here. So tap on there and change the heading to 270. And it goes to 270. So there's 3 ways of doing it. The preferred way, again, is from here, from the autopilot function. The second is when you tap on the light blue. And the third is here, so you can see how the inner.
Okay, yeah.
Try to move it, and it moves the bug.
Okay.
This function changes depending on what we want to do.
Okay.
This may not be all the time here, but I'll explain it later on.
The altitude is also that you can set.
Select. So so don't touch it yet.
Okay.
I want to show you the proper way. Number 1 for the altitude is right here.
Okay.
So let's select 600 feet. Okay.
600.
So this is the present altitude, but as you fly, you're going to select something that you want to go to. So let's select 3,000. Perfect.
3,000.
So this is the first preferred way. Second way is you can tap on 3,000 and enter manually. Let's say 2,500. Enter. Okay? And the third way is, as you did it already, with the big knob, select whatever you want.
3,000.
So that is selected to you're either climbing to or descending to. When the autopilot is engaged, it will show here the heading and the speed and the altitude, but we're going to cover that in flight.
Okay.
Tap, this is the bar for the autopilot. Tap on the bar on the right hand side. So this is do not tap on the AP because that will activate the autopilot.
Okay.
Should never be done when we are on the ground. I mean, the engine is not running. We're not ready to go.
Okay.
You can tap it if you're ready to go to test that you can overpower the autopilot.
Okay.
But for this purpose, we do not want to do
Okay,
it.
good.
This ESP is electronic security protection. What it does is when it's on as is, it protects you. So when we get to the practice area, if you want to do the steep turns and you go into 45 degrees, she'll say, no, you cannot. The autopilot is taking control. Or you're pitching too much or diving down too much. The autopilot kicks in and saves you.
Even if you don't engage the autopilot?
Even if you're not engaged in the autopilot.
Oh, that's good.
It's a really safe airplane. Right after takeoff, that does not exist. It's not engaged. When you take off, when that ESP kicks in, you will, if you are, you should probably you read about it. If you bank more than 30 degrees or so, you go in 45 degrees steep turn, she's not going to let you do it.
Okay.
And we'll demo that all during the flight. Yes, what I wanted to say, on takeoff, as you climb out, all the speeds will be displayed here. See 76.
Oh, okay.
And the speed will display right here, the current speed, whatever. Now it's 0, of course. And as you go to that speed, it will be it will creep up here and display whatever it is.
So the Y,
yes,
X.
Yes. So it's a very nice system. You don't have to memorize anything what is what. It's
Maneuvering
right there.
speed 99. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. When the electronic security protection kicks in, you will have 2 red bars here. It's so touchy. Where about 20 is. So this is the arc that you see, and it will be like this. So that means you will have the ESP on, electronic stability protection.
So at 30 degrees, it kicks in. If I exceed.
Yeah, we'll demo that, and also nose up, nose down. So another feature that will show up, you have white triangles here. Another ones will be right here, and here, and they will be green. That is just standard return.
Okay.
But it's not now there. And I'll show you that as we climb out.
Okay.
So that change will change the position based on your speed. The standard return is different, depends on the speed. So it's kind of cool to see it as well. And when I say make a standard return, you'll line your white triangle as you turn to the green, and that's your standard return. Okay, so let's see what do we have on the checklist.
So
this is kind of like
loaded,
the
transponder.
flight controls, engine checks. So engine checks, your tachometer will be displayed here, and you will have the numbers. And of course,
We don't have any physical other.
No.
Good.
This is all you have.
So we have 4 hours of battery here inside.
No, here.
We have this. Okay.
Yeah. So if the G3X dies, allegedly like the G5 will kick in and display itself
Okay.
there. However, you will not have any engine information anymore.
Okay.
And speaking of the radios, because the next is kind of like, again, the radio, avionics and navigation, we kind of talked about that. You do have all the frequencies displayed here as well. So COM1, standby.
I can change from there too if I want. Okay.
That talks only to COM1.
Okay.
COM2 is independent. It's on its own, right?
Okay.
So, but we prefer that you do that with your right hand here and do it here. Speaking of the transponder, you do have a transponder here. It's touch and ident, but I don't recommend that you do that here because it's so touchy in flight. You don't want to accidentally put something that is...
It's better there. It's better here.
Yeah, better here and better here
Yeah.
for the transponder. Yeah, the transponder. I'm saying, see here, the
Yeah.
transponder, you can do that, but I don't recommend that we do the ground on standby ident.
Okay.
But if it's touchy, who knows what you will select here when
Okay.
it's bumpy. You'll see when it's bumpy, it's not so pleasant for the touch screen. So that's about it for the overall from the checklist. What's in here? The CDI mode, that's something that we didn't cover. So if you go here and you want to select the VOR, so the VOR number 1 is here. The VOR is going to be here.
Okay.
Instead of GPS, it should say VLOC. So we are here in GPS mode. To change it to the VLOC for the VOR, let's go to back, default nav, tap on CDI and see it says VLOC.
VLOC.
And look how it says
got it.
here. So now this is your course. The little one
Okay.
sets the course.
So if I want
Go
to
directly
to the VOR, there you go.
yeah, right here.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I
But
freaking
look what
go.
happens if you forget to default.
Oh,
The VOR
okay.
does not exist. It doesn't have the function.
Okay,
here.
gotcha.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It changes here.
Okay.
So CDI, VLOC,
There you go. Okay.
and you'll practice that on your trainer at home. This is the ball here, the indication. You have the ball here as well.
Okay.
And so the miniature here, it tells you, see how the VOR, if you move it, see how this guy moves.
Okay.
It says, hey, you're to the right of the course. Now you're dead on. And look how you have a backup here of the same information. So there's so much info.
So when I am here, I'm on the right of the course. When I'm here, I'm on the left because I need to move that way too.
Yeah. But it tells you here which side you are on.
Okay.
You see here? It says, oh, I'm on the left side. I have to, change the course to the left in order to...
No, wait a minute. I'm on the right side here.
On the right side, you have to
Yep.
go to the left in order to intercept. Yes, correct.
I remember when I was a flight simulator obsessed, I use all these things all the time. I like to experiment, so I more or less am familiar.
And another cool story here is that, see, the density altitude is displayed, so look how high it is, 2,800.
Yeah, it's too hot today.
It's very hot because the temperature is 35. But the sun is really hitting on the airplane, so it may be more. I don't think that it's 35 right now outside, but
It could be. Could be.
I'm just gonna double check it because we're sitting in this direct sun. It's 27. So
Okay, then it's too much. Yes, it's exaggerated.
yeah, because it's sitting in the direct sun, the aircraft. Okay, so this is for the checklist what we have done so far, but there's more features that we can talk about. So look at the split screen here. So hit there. So now you have a split screen.
Okay.
And now this changes to a different items. So with the big knob, select the page. So, and then you can see what you have here.
Oh.
Chart. Next one.
Waypoints.
Flight plan.
Okay.
Weather. terrain next, and traffic info next. Okay, so you have all these pages.
And info about the engine, okay.
And info about the this is the, not engine, this is the satellites.
Okay.
Okay, so
This is freaking technology.
that's too much, but you
Jolly
you don't have time for that. So let's go to the chart. So one to the right, and so this is the IFR chart.
Okay, so I go by this one. I'm not an IFR, so
No, you don't go by this one. So here's the Snohomish chart, and let me see what's here. Insert before waypoint. No, we don't want that. It's just way too much information, to be honest with you.
okay.
We can leave it for now as is, but let's see here. No.
So I will use my iPad anyways because I have the
I
my
don't fly with split screen. That's too much.
Yeah, yeah.
How little. But I just want to show you that.
Yeah.
So here, in the waypoint page, this is where I wanted to go actually. You have the frequencies, you have the runway information, weather information, NOTAM, AOPA stuff. So let's tap on frequencies. And let's tap on, you want, this is the clearance for IFR. Let's tap on that one. And it goes automatically in the standby
okay.
from there. So let's change this to 120.20. It goes automatically
Okay.
there. But for me, that's too much. You have to go to split screen. I have to find the waypoint, and then
Yeah, it's better to do it here directly.
So
Yeah.
I prefer that you do it from here directly.
Okay.
So how about you click on the runways? So it tells you the runways and the wind, and calculates the wind as well.
All the components. Okay.
Yeah. Not sure if that's.
So if I want 1.6 right and 3.4 left.
Yeah.
Okay. 9,000 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the weather.
We have the meter. We have it here. Oh my
Yeah.
freaking gosh! That's
But
amazing.
You cannot rely on that. Don't be too excited.
Yeah, I have to
about it.
aid it. Yeah.
It may be. Let me see if it's
Current.
240 at 7. It is current.
It is.
But it may not be current.
Okay.
It has a delay, so you have to understand that in flight it has a delay, and it may just not work for whatever reason. I don't know. NOTAMs.
And this also. This is more accurate.
It is more. I mean, could be there. I've seen delays. So
Okay.
you thought you have the most recent weather, but it actually wasn't. So, do you know that Painfield has a new name?
Yeah, I heard that.
Seattle Everett Painfield International Airport.
Because they mimic Seattle Tacoma.
Whatever. Yeah.
That's good. That's good though.
AOPA.
I like it. Okay, AOPA. Seattle Everett International. Wow.
Whatever. Yeah. So this is about the noise abatement and stuff like that. So too much things to read. We don't have.
So I wait for when I am at 3,500 feet to read all this, right?
Please don't. I'm gonna kill you if you do that.
So I just can't fly without pre-fly anything because I'm flying and I can't have all this information when I need it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So another feature that I didn't go over is, so how about to get rid of the full split screen? Yep. So that's the best to do. Another feature here: do not touch the go around. This is for IFR missed approach procedure. Do not touch it. So that's something for IFR only.
So if I accidentally once touch it, I can always
Yes.
cancel
Exactly.
here.
Yes. Exactly.
So that goes around automatically in IFR.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
But you have to have everything also here displayed.
Okay.
So yeah. So it's there, but please treat it as it's not there.
Okay.
Important thing, when people fly at the night, please don't dim it all the way to almost nothing. So to adjust the brightness, tap twice the menu, and this is the brightness. Tap here. Tap on. So this is the bright.
Sorry.
Menu?
Menu.
Yeah, or tap plus minus, but don't go to 0 because it no.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Because if you exit, it's impossible to do it.
Yeah, because you can't see anymore.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
Please be aware of it.
Yeah, I lose it if I. How can I then navigate if I don't see anything? Okay, just all the whole way.
Okay.
But I mean, if it's a night is not automatic. This is what you mean? Can I put it automatic?
So yes, no, you cannot. Not this one. This one can, but this one no.
Okay, so
But you can adjust it yourself as needed, but don't do it all the way to darkness.
so if someone by mistake leaves it like this, and then they turn off the airplane, and the next day they can they can.
Yeah, you have to have like something over the top of you in order to see it. I mean, it's
Okay.
not good.
Okay.
So how about back? And yeah, awesome. So any questions from you now?
Any questions? No, I believe that when we fly, I will experience all this.
So read all of, listen to the video, watch it again and see it, and then look at your checklist as we're doing it. Again, not all the things here are covered.
Okay.
What's important is see the breaker.
Okay.
That's for the autopilot. It's important to know.
Okay.
And this is for the trim, the circle breaker. If the autopilot goes cuckoo, you have to hold this, hold, and
Okay.
hold,
Okay.
and then pull this to disconnect the autopilot. If the autopilot goes bananas,
So can we try this in flight?
no.
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 It's a no mode.
You
It's a
don't-
too risky.
Imagine if we all did it. And actually people were doing stuff, so the other ATR Echo autopilot is broken. So because people do all kinds of things.
Okay. No, then
So
no.
please don't do it. 'Cause
No, no,
you're
no.
damaging the system. So
Okay. So in case it is wrong, I just push the autopilot disconnect
push.
and pull the breaker.
Yes. So this is the AP disconnect button. Press and hold, not just press once.
So
Hold.
press and hold and pull
Yes.
the number 5.
Yes.
Actually, it's not the autopilot. It's not number 5. Anyways.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's marked for that reason, so you can find it easily. You don't.
So even in the dark, you can.
Yes, yes. That's the reason why.
And you pull this. You can pull this manually also, right?
Yes, if something is not.
It's not
functioning.
good.
But
Yeah.
if we do that for practicing, that's not good. The airplane will be trashed in no time.
Cuckoo.
Yes, cuckoo. So your homework will be to take a look at these yellows for the G3X. So if something is not working properly, that's what you will do it. So this is the ESP activated unintentionally. So that's that protection that you have.
But it's activated now. It's always activated just by default.
Not necessarily. So let's have it on.
Sorry.
So all the bar always on the right hand side. The reason why you don't want to activate it by accident. So if I do this, it's not on anymore.
Okay.
You know.
But
After-
we want it on.
we want it on at all times unless we do the maneuvers.
Okay.
Then you have to disconnect that because the aircraft is not going to let you do the maneuvers like stalls and slow flights and stuff like that. You can't.
Okay.
She will think that you don't know what you're doing. And
Okay.
She kicks in the autopilot. that
Well,
protects
that's a good thing. I mean,
it is a fabulous thing for flying. So let's activate it. Perfect. Awesome. That's about it for this kind of like session, just to go over the systems
Okay.
that we will be using. But in flight, it will make more sense. And these are, as I said, these are the normal emergencies. So it's the first 2 flights are weird, but then you get used to it because it is a different airplane to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, bigger and more powerful and flies a bit.
160 horsepower, right? 160.
This one, yes.
Okay.
Correct.
And well, yes, good.
Okay. So now we want you. So you'll have the GTN. I'll show you the GTN trainer. So you'll have that as a homework. There's no trainer yet for G3X that you can buy. There's not yet because it's so new. So how about we have the avionics off? Awesome. So that's off, and I'm gonna go and disconnect this from the outside.
Okay.
And then I would like you to note that there will be a countdown here on G5.
Okay.
And this is going to go blank as well. So I'm going
So
to
you can go outside, disconnect, and I take a look at this.
Yeah. And then we'll secure the airplane.
Yeah.
And that is that. So you can lock my door. And let's put the controller lock after I disconnect, or maybe even now.
Okay. Okay, show me. Okay. Oh, there's a countdown here. Okay, gotcha.
If you don't see the countdown, that means that the G5 is not going to be turned off. Then you have to manually. I'll walk you through all the.
Oh, we have a button here to turn it off.
Yeah, but don't do it because you will activate the battery.
Okay.
And it says on the left-hand side, top left-hand side, you have the battery of
95%, yeah.
Okay.
You're famous now. Let me take a look at the outbreak here. Okay, good. 5, 5, 1, 2, echo. Okay, good.